Hey guys, isn't that a great view? What a beautiful mountain that is. Today's a little bit different. When I was up on the mountain yesterday on Fuji, I destroyed all my props. And no props means no flying. I don't want that. We've got some cool places to see. Seeing by the air is one of the best ways to see. So I'm catching a bus and I'm going back to Tokyo. Is this right, ma'am? This, okay. Cool. I ran here from the hostel. If I didn't get this train, it's gonna be a little while to wait. Good stuff. Jayoe. Yeah, today is gonna be a up and down. Up to Tokyo, to the DJI store, whipping around and coming back, 2.5 hours each way. A long slog. My lips are chapped and broken from the mountain yesterday. Every time I smile, it splits. More and more comfortable with the subway, to the extent that I'm actually endorsing it. Pretty good. I still have to use Google and the maps to find my way around, but if you do that, pretty damn good. 2 stops, then we get to the DJI store. DJI has these new props for the Mavic. They're supposed to be extra quiet and more efficient. Maybe losing my props was a blessing in disguise to try a new accessory on my new toy. How much? Okay, cool. Yeah, so they found some little pieces of dirt in the motors. I'm glad I came to the DJI store and not to Big Camera, because they're gonna be able to help me out a little bit better. But this is a small store, but it's got a lot of cool stuff. Yeah, these are the propellers I'm gonna get. These are the extra quiet ones. So hopefully I notice a difference. So don't go too far. Seems I'm not going to get out of this too easy. I think the gimbal is broken. The gimbal is what holds the camera steady, and it's not behaving properly. Uh-oh, this could be a problem. Well, I think I got to replace the gimbal in the camera, and I got to leave it here, which means I got to come back here. It might work out for John actually, because he needs to come here on Monday and do some banking things. We were kind of talking about it this morning. I was saying I kind of need to do this quick because I thought if I repaired it, I could get back on the road on Monday. But if I have to come back here on Monday, maybe we'll both come back here on Monday. He'll do some banking things and I'll pick up my repaired drone. It's always something. But I do love my drone, so I would not want to live without it. So I guess I'm taking the quick train back to Mount Fuji, spend a couple of days there, and come all the way back. And he's back, folks. James is such a nice guy. He's like almost too nice. I'll drive you to Fuji. I says, no man, I don't want you to have to drive me all the way to Fuji. And he's like, no, please, it's my pleasure. Okay then, if it's your pleasure. It's funny how you can forget that you've been places, and then you walk there and you're like, I recognize this place. This subway station. I've been here a few times with Ryan. I think this is one of the biggest in the world. Shinjuku Station. Lots of people, a lot of lines, a lot of trains. Complicated as all hell. But I'm finding my way around pretty good. Pretty proud of myself. My lips are so dry and cracking from the climb yesterday. Yamanote line, 15, there it is. We're at Ikebukuro station. This is where Ryan used to live, really close to here. And I remember we used to say Ikebukuro because we met this old Japanese guy at a bar, and when he asked Ryan where he was from, Ryan said Ikebukuro, and he goes, Ikebukuro. And ever since then, anytime I see Ikebukuro, I hear that old man going, Ikebukuro. It was so silly the way he said that.
At Tokyo, the next station is Osaka, JY12.
A lot of times when you hear person injury on the subway, it's because somebody threw themselves on the tracks to commit suicide. Suicide on the tracks on the subway in Tokyo is surprisingly and tragically popular. So popular, in fact, that the subway lines, subway companies have tried to stop it by forcing the family members of the people that kill themselves to pay for all of the delays and the repairs. That's not enough incentive sometimes, and you'll get people still throwing themselves onto the tracks. Very sad. Once I get my drone back, I can leave Fujikawaguchi and head to the suicide forest. Suicide forest is an interesting place because it's sort of a dour subject. You know, it's where people have gone in large numbers to die, to kill themselves, and it carries with it a lot of tragic nature. And that's not necessarily what Jayoe is about. Jayoe is about seeing the world and positivity and living life to the fullest. But I think that you can go to the suicide forest and take in the fact that there are some people out there so desperate to end it that they do these kind of things, and maybe shed light on a topic that is not exactly so positive, but also show that there are other options, there are other choices. I mean, the odds of me finding somebody there that is in the process of trying to decide whether or not to end it all is higher than almost anywhere else in the world, but still not very possible. I mean, it's a big forest, and what people end up doing is they'll take a tent into the forest and they'll sit there contemplating the decision they're about to make for sometimes days, and in the end they either walk out of the forest having not decided to, thank God, or they end it and their body is found sometime later. What would be an awesome end to an episode there would be to actually find somebody who is down and interested in ending it, and sitting down with them and then trying to get them to think positively and change their mind, and maybe even, you know, meeting a guy that's traveling around the world and attempting to do something great and showing them that it's possible for them to live their life as an adventure might be enough to turn that person around. Wouldn't that be amazing, huh? To take somebody who's at the end of their rope, show them that there's a whole lot more rope than they believe they have. If I did ever find somebody that I was able to kind of pull out of despair like that, it'd be amazing to follow that person through the rest of his life, even his or her. There he is. How's it going? Good to see you again.
This is the car today, but let's eat the best kebab.
Okay, the best kebab in Japan. Yeah, sure.
Remember, it's this one. I leave the car there.
Is it okay to leave there?
It's not okay, but it's Miyoko is like a market.
Yeah.
What happened?
I crashed the drone into Mount
For the
Fuji.
wind, right?
Huh?
For the wind.
Yeah, the wind. Whew, it come out of nowhere. Oh, hi. How you doing? How you doing?
How are you?
I'm special for
Come
my
special. What mix?
Mix very hot. Mix. Yeah.
The first time I came, oh my friend, long time no see.
First time. You know, it makes a big difference if you're wearing a smile, you know?
Yeah.
Wow.
30年ぐらい前
How much is this?
のノートンセール
No, it's very special. All right. Thanks, James. I needed a pair of rain pants. I got a pair of rain pants. I spent a lot of money today for the drone and the pants and I have this. And I have the millet. The climbing boots. The big ones. And I have I have black diamond. I have many of the things here. I didn't think I was going to be back here. All right, guys, so let me tell you a little bit of the situation. My time in Japan is running short, and I don't have a lot of it left, because the thing is, it's kind of why I've been complaining a little bit about my speed. It's not that I want to go faster. I like traveling slow, but I have to be to Taiwan. I kind of have to be finished with this first phase by Christmas, because just about 5 days before Christmas, Annie, me, and Eva are going to travel, and I'm going to pause the tour for a little while for Christmas and Chinese New Year. Once my visa runs out for Japan, I can't come back without some trouble, and I want to check Japan off the list and start moving on. So I've been talking to James about travel and possibly doing some mixture of train and trike, so that I can maybe train over some areas that can save me some time. Maybe some not boring areas of Japan, just areas where I can go to the next big destination. Like so I think what I'm gonna do is go from Fuji to Kyoto, then ride from Kyoto to Hiroshima, and then take that train again from Hiroshima all the way to Kagoshima, where I'll take the ferry over to Okinawa, ride around Okinawa for a couple of, how many days do I need at Okinawa? Just a few days, right?
Yeah, it's if you're to the main island, I
Yeah.
don't know, 1 or 2 days.
1 or 2 days you can ride around. I think what I'll have to do is fly from Okinawa to Taiwan, to Taipei. And then I ride around Taipei, then I'll jump over to Xiamen. That should be just about time enough. I think that jumping those 2 times will save me almost 2 weeks. Because Hiroshima to the bottom of, to Kagoshima, that's a long...
Like 600 kilometers.
600 kilometers. Yeah, that would take me a week and a half, you know? So it'll save me 2.5 weeks, I think. Anyways, so James, when he found out I was in Tokyo, he's like, hey, let me drive you to Fuji. I says, you don't have to. He's like, it's my pleasure. He's a good guy, this guy. Oh, and this thing is, James recommended I get one of these. This is a light socket adapter for power. It's a secret. Because a lot of campsites don't have power, public power, but they have a light. And so here you can pop the light in, put the light in the bottom. They won't know any difference, but you're drawing power off to charge your stuff. He's a smart guy.
This is the parking where, where I told you, the picture I told you.
Yeah. Oh God.
With blood.
Blood on it. James runs a Facebook page for camping and traveling in Japan. And he said that a couple of guys that are part of his group were that's a beautiful street, are spending the night in the suicide forest. And so he's gonna drive us back, and he was saying that maybe we can go and find the 3 friends in the suicide forest. It'll give me a chance to preview it and see what it looks like. James, you're always taking me on interesting adventures.
No, I give you the ideas, right? I won't go there.
Yeah, he's too afraid to spend a night there. But at least he can put me in the right direction.
I take you to the high radiation places.
I know.
Radiation
is actual danger. The suicide forest is not actual danger. It's just a feeling. So me and James are talking, and James is obviously, he's afraid to go into the suicide forest to spend a night. But we're just talking about, like, I was in a train and in the subway, and there was a notice on the window that said person injury, or a person incident or something. And I'm guessing most of the time that's a suicide, right? Somebody jumping on the tracks. And I mean, it's an unfortunate reality in Japan that people are doing this, you know. And there's a recent story out, if you guys don't know it. What's the guy's name? The crazy guy.
I don't know the name.
Don't know his name, but it's in the news, right? It's all over the TV. It's like OJ. If it was in America, it's like the OJ Simpson story, you know. Everybody's watching it on TV. And what this guy did is he went on like chat rooms or public forums for people that wanted to commit suicide and were like talking about it. He put out a profile saying that he was interested in committing suicide too, and if anybody wanted to talk to him, then he could, you know, we'll figure this out, right? And what it was is he was baiting people to contact him. Then he would invite them to his house, and then they would talk about suicide. And a lot of these people weren't really 100% want to commit suicide, but from what I gather, he kind of gets them drunk, gets them really excited about committing suicide, and then he just murders these people. How many people?
9.
9 girls, right?
8 girls and one
8 girls and 1 boyfriend.
From 15 to 25.
He killed a 15-year-old girl.
And all in the same room for 3 months, in one small room.
The bodies?
Plastic bag, plastic cases. He bought like cold boxes.
He was like collecting them.
Yeah, and it was very bad smell. And people on the first floor, listen, he was in let's say the toilet.
Yeah. Leaking?
The water of the toilet. This here all day long. There was like
running.
What is this guy doing? They started some smell.
So was there something wrong with his toilet, or was he doing something with the bodies?
He was throwing away parts. So.
He had their heads though, right?
Yeah.
He had kept their heads, and I mean, just horrible. Could you imagine? You're already depressed, and then this predator comes, and he just wants to push you over the edge, and he's murdered. In fact, one woman wanted to die, contacted him. She went to his place, he murdered her. Then his boyfriend, or her boyfriend, called him and said, I think my girlfriend called you. Have you seen my girlfriend? And the guy was like, you should come over, we'll talk about it. And then the guy went to his house, and he murdered that guy cold-blooded. Like, that guy didn't want to commit suicide, right? I mean, that guy he just killed. That was the one guy that he killed. So anyways, he's sick, craziness. So anyways, he's on the news. He's like covering his face every time I see him on the news. He's ashamed. Screw this guy. And I asked James, I says, you're gonna kill this guy, right? He does not deserve to be on this earth anymore. And so apparently in Japan, if you commit over or more than 2 homicides,
2 or more,
2 or more homicides, they can give you the death automatically. Automatic death penalty. I think that's fair, as long as they can prove that you did it, you know. Sadness. Anyways.
32,000 suicides per year
in Japan.
In 2014.
32,000. And then you said in 2010 in the suicide forest?
It was 200
people took their own lives in the suicide forest in 2010, right after the big the economy crash. You know, money is not that important. It comes and goes. It's like the tide. Don't let it worry you so much, people. You know? gosh, I've been broke so many times. I mean, like, broke. I have sat down with my hands in my head, wondering what I'm gonna do next. And I've never said, I think I'd like to kill myself. I always said, it's horrible, but you know what, it's gonna pass, and I'll be a better person later because I understood what mistakes I made or whatever, you know. Anyways, craziness. How long is this drive?
1.5 hours from here.
Okay.
120 kilometers.
All right. Okay, so we're at the Fujikawaguchi exit. James' buddies are not at the suicide forest, so we're gonna forego that. We'll go there when I go there to camp. Plus, he's a little bit afraid to go there.
No.
Yeah, he's a little baby inside.
Okay.
Go
We are
on,
going
go
there,
on.
man. I'm here in that place.
Oh, we're going there?
Yeah.
Okay, I called it out. I made you look
You can
bad.
cut this part.
Oh, no, this is staying in there. Okay, we're gonna go to the suicide forest, at least just to see it. And then I can see, I can see how far we gotta go and get the lay of the land. I think this is just we go to look.
Give me 2 seconds.
Sure. All right, we stopped by the hostel, and James was like, "Hey, do you want to ask John if he wants to come?" So we're all gonna go up to the suicide forest.
Like I know you.
Wow. YouTube is powerful.
YouTube is powerful.
It is really powerful.
I will wait in the car.
Okay.
No, I will show you. The people came and that bus stop around 6 o'clock, 6 p.m. And then there is a vending machine there. Many people buy some drinks to drink. Like beer.
They'll stop here, and then people will,
That bus stop.
and then they'll go to get a couple of beers to get a little bit more
that's what I gotta
comfortable, and then they walk into the forest. I think that makes it easier.
There is Aokihara also this side and this side. Jukai, Aokihara Jukai. And this one street, I think that one, you can get in. And I saw last time these areas, a lot of suicides.
Yeah.
And the last time people from the Japanese TV,
Yeah.
with locals, they went there. Even locals get lost.
Really?
Yeah, they have a satellite GPS.
Yeah.
And doesn't work. 1,200 years ago, Mount Fuji exploded and lava came here and made the 5 lakes. It was bigger, one. And the underground is different thickness, so that make the compass get
Confused.
confused. Even 500 meters ago, you can get lost because it looks very.
James said we need to carry a 500 meters of rope
I was thinking
twine
about that. I was thinking-
to walk in, so like laying breadcrumbs behind us so that we can find our way out.
This is strange. We are here right now. Huh? This the street. I think maybe this.
Yeah.
One. This is Motosu Lake.
Uh-huh.
And this is the place where 1,000 yen bill was.
The picture was taken.
Yeah, taken.
You know the 1,000 yen dollar, the bill.
It was
Ah.
in this place.
Oh, no.
And there is a beautiful
Yeah, you have it.
Buddhist.
Yeah. Show the light on his.
There.
That picture.
Place is here.
Oh, good to know.
Yeah.
And here is a beautiful Buddhist temple.
Is this a bike route? This yellow?
Yeah, you can go.
Okay.
And there are a lot of campsites here.
I guess we could go to.
We should go tomorrow because Monday we go to Tokyo and do a lot of stuff there. Right? You have your drone.
Yeah, but tomorrow I was going to do all my editing. I've got like 8 hours in front of a computer.
It's very good if you had a drone. I have never seen a drone footage of this place.
Oh, because you can't go
Yeah.
because the drone.
Yeah. Yeah, people will leave their cars parked here.
And the forest, the film was that place. And this restaurant and that place.
The last dinner.
Yeah, yeah, the last
Is
meal.
it a horror movie?
Final supper.
Like Japan's government sanctions that don't go inside or something.
Yeah, we could camp anywhere here. We don't got to go that far in. Right there, that's a nice spot.
It's really scary.
No, just there's a building here, James. Let's check it out.
It's not good if you are alone. You have to stick to us. Do you think somebody's inside? So
No.
are we allowed to get in, even though it's closed?
This is a cave. This is a wind cave?
But if you guys are not going tomorrow, I'm not. I want to.
No, on
Tuesday.
Monday, right? Monday
Monday we're going to Tokyo.
Yeah, but Monday we can camp here in the night, 8 o'clock, right? Come back here.
Camera.
There we go. That's better light. Too quiet. It's a forest.
Oh, I was camping the other side. And then here screaming midnight.
You did?
And where's the deers? I didn't know the
Yeah.
deers.
Elk.
Yeah.
You ever hear an elk cry, man?
Sorry,
That's-
but I couldn't sleep. I have a knife. Who was that?
You're sweating.
James, I do feel your,
James freaking out. Holy moly. Wow.
you have to conquer your fear. It's good to come here and
No,
experience.
I'm a happy chicken.
You're a happy chicken. All right, that's a little preview
How do you feel?
of the forest.
I wouldn't camp here alone.
I could camp there alone.
Well, you are never alone, really. I mean, you've got the YouTube channel, and you.
Yeah. All right, guys, that's more than enough for today's vlog. So I'll talk to you later. Hang in there, and we'll see you tomorrow. Jayoe.
Jayoe. Jayoe.
There's nothing behind, right?